Ein Mikro.
That's the moment when you start with saying something, Key.
Hello everyone and welcome to the WoT7 number 7 qualifier 1. We are in the, I believe, quarterfinals. Is that correct?
As you can see in the top, yeah, that's correct.
Okay, nice, easy. Wicked guess by me. And we are starting with a wicked match in between MVPs and Lost Peoples on the Run. Whether it's going to be Wicked Steer or Wicked Blind remains to be seen. 35 seconds, and we can already see the setup by MVPs on two steps. They're bringing IS7, Kran, SComp, WC, CS, Badger, and T100 LT. So, yeah, I guess every single tank only once. Who is okay? So Los Pipos is attacking. Yeah, obviously the Badger indicates MVPs is going to be defending in like 10 seconds. Other than that, pretty heavy lineup, I would say. Only the CS and the T100 really able to do rotations. Yes, the Kranbang still unnerved, and the WC kind of, I guess, mobile, but not really. Not when compared to something like proper medium tanks, which we don't see on the side of Los Pipos. For Los Pipos, 1-1-13, 1-IS7, 1-2-7-7, double S-Conk, 1 Batchat, and a T100 as well, played by Sophia Loren de Michel.
Yeah, so I guess we can expect the usual position that we saw utilized here in this area early tournaments. Yeah, as I said, Bark is already moving towards that direction. I think some teams even had the Badger in A3, which was also interesting to see.
And the most wicked Badger thing that I saw was the C0 by one team in one of the past tournaments.
Oh yeah, on top, yeah, that is also an interesting position. Yeah, we can see the T1.
Your microphone's still cutting out, but yeah, you're showing at the moment Piotr in his T100, just doing that very fast south spot. You can see purple optics, low noise, and CBS. So yeah, good modules by him here. Nothing to be very critical about. On the other side, we did see that the T100 Sophia Loren was scouting out the north. They didn't see anything, so I think the tanks there are actually starting to commit in with the IS-7 and the 277. The 277 probably even pushing the IS-7 here.
You see there's already a rotation coming back after one team took the western flank, the team in red took the eastern side now.
Indeed, commitment here going into B2 with, I think that is even a triple heavy. One of them already taking damage. The Badger, obviously, with his DPM working against that ISM Pieruhi, taking some for the team here, but that is triple heavy that are driving towards the Badger. They're going to eat him alive if the Escon cannot, like, do some protective Amorax here, but I don't think that's going to be the case, as finally the 113 does get beside the Badger, and Bark is just melting here, down to 479, just 2 more shots until he goes down. That should be the kills here, but they did take a lot of damage here. Even Aubrey in the Badger taking one.
Yeah, I mean, good stuff here by the rotation of the Escon. He only took one shot, and I think he gave 3 shells. Obviously, with him having this elevated position, there is still pretty decent defense for this cap circle. One thing that you always hope for on steps if you bring a light tank in attack is that the enemy team doesn't have a light tank, so it's easier for you to play the northern one cap circle. But yeah, you see Piotr 40k took a shot as well. So even though one gun was lost for the side of the defending team of MVPS, they're not up in HP. So I guess good stuff here coming in.
Ooh, that's not a one-on-one that you want to take in a T100. Yeah, good shot here. And even a second one by the A7. Baku GG with the A7. Good shot into that T100. That's going to re-peek into the CS, but he's going to miss Darrow. Oh, never mind. He's taking a shot here. But yeah, Sophia Loren down to 1 shot now. That's not where you want to be with the T100.
I mean, also a bit unnecessary because he just takes shots that he doesn't have to in a light tank that can now be cleared by Piotr 40k, who is like triple the HPs.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a two-shot here, but we do see the rotation coming in for Los Pipos on the run, and now Daro in the CS taking already the perfect farming spot here. IS7 is going to provide all the info that he ever could want to hull down here, and now the CS is going to start farming. Is he going to... Oh, indeed, he does pick up the T100, and that is such an unnecessary death.
Yep. Observer catching that moment, and you can see next kill here immediately by the CS, who helps his team to get a gun advantage. Obviously the Badger dropped earlier, but now 2 kills for the side of MVPS, who is still slightly favorite in the HP department, but now the Badger clip should be pretty much done, and we will need to see if Baku can survive there for much longer.
Baku down to a one-shot here. He just fired, so the S-Kong is obviously going to try to collect that kill here. He won't care. Yeah, he doesn't care about the CS in the back. Doesn't even get punished for it. And all of a sudden, with the 277 also dying, we see ourselves in a 4v4. But Los Pipos in the attacking positions, they do have less HP.
You can see Piotr 40k lighting, keeping the HP together. Also the auto-loading Kranwagen now is actually not 100% sure to kill Girls and Panzer there with 1 clip. Obviously the 440 Alpha Gun of the Kranwagen would have to roll pretty decently, but well, Cody is moving in now. I think he's missing field mods on his SCOM.
Unforgivable. Unforgivable.
Did
Is
he
this going to be a...
even go for the wrong field mods?
Maybe he went for the less HP, but what does it give in return, actually?
Is it gun handling? I don't know.
Not sure, but yeah, Yannick taking one more for the team here. The HP starting to even out. Now, Domi Cody here in the S-Kong out in the open. He does take one by the T100. Doesn't care too much about it. He wants to close the distance onto the Kranbang, but that T100 in the
put on
side...
fire, and
yeah, that T100 being a
bit
nuisance. Exactly, very unlucky here. So, in the end, Piotr 40k with his T100 light tank able to get the crucial advantage here. Yannick taking another one in his Kranbang. That might come to hurt MVPs later. But yeah, Cody needs to be very careful here now.
Yeah, you can see he is having half the HP of his team, Aubrey. I'm not sure how he dropped on a one-shot, but in the end, if you can give a full clip in the Badshot, it doesn't really matter if you have 30 HP, 300 or 1300. Cody taking another shot, now down to 800 damage, and I think he regrets his decision of pushing in the open when there is no light tank to cover him.
Well, to be honest, I think that's more the misplay of, or taking another one here, the Superconk villain there, able to put Domi down to a one-shot. He takes one by the S-Conk Girls and Panzer from the background, but in turn he does secure the kill. So crucial one coming out from MVPs and Los Pipos with 3 tanks now down to only 1500. That's going to be a miracle, if anything, if they manage to still win this round.
Yeah, I mean, 2 minutes left and the cap circle wasn't even started. Aubrey on a one-shot, and the S-Conk there also kinda stuck.
Kinda no man's land, to be honest. He can't push the CS because the CS just has such an annoying and superior position, and you can see Pieru here advancing, trying to get anything done, but realistically he's gonna have to cross over the open to get towards the T100, and what then? I mean, the S-Kong is just gonna close the distance. So with 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining here, MBPS firmly locking in their defensive round, it seems. I mean, yeah, they're trying something now in the south. Pierre Ruhi in his oh no, it's actually Girls and Panzer in his S-Conk. Trying to do something against CS, but to be honest, yeah, Piotr able to pick up Girls and Panzer here. And at the start it was kind of messy, but at the end, I think those peaks by the T100 from Los Pipos, those were unnecessary, risky, and in the end, I mean, yeah, MVPS was ahead the whole game, but yeah, in the end, they had no rotational potential anymore. The Batchat was one shot, so he can't contest the T100.
I mean, it's 4 tanks and Aubrey has 5 shots, so don't count him out yet.
In 12 seconds, I don't think the Batchat unloads in that time.
I mean, he missed 2 and got picked up. Actually, I think that the S-Conk is some old school player that renamed. I'm not sure if I'm correct, but I think it's Yolovaria that renamed. But I could be wrong.
We'll see.
Okay, so yeah, that's the first point for MVPS. Good stuff here coming in from Piotr 40k. I think that was definitely a significant advantage over the other line tank. Let's take a look at the other results.
I mean, it wasn't really him doing something exceptionally right. It was just...
he did essentially the full S-Conk, or like big part of the S-Conk.
Well, I think it's just that in comparison to his counterpart, he didn't misplay. So, yeah, let's take a look at the other results as they come in.
So in will go, or the team calculating resistances, leading 1-0. MVPS, that was the one that we just saw. Enter team name, the team around Banter and Mirek. 1-0 over Storm. Halil Esports, shoutouts to Atiquel, leading 1-0 as well. LTP.
El Bozo.
LTP obviously having the stronger bench with reaction there. I mean, no way they lose this. CSA leading against Burner, and Tense leading against Fake Fame. Maybe that is also a match to go to the tiebreaker. I will, by the way, quickly ready up. Yeah, Strong Kudaks leading against No Luck Only Skill. I guess they would need some more luck there. And Haichatok leading as well, 1-0 over the
Rigged third mark.
Exactly.
PewDiePie winning 1-0 against German Pandas right now,
2-0
and
actually.
result just in PewDiePie 2-0 over the German Pandas. There'll be some sad pandas over there.
Yeah.
Okay, 30 seconds left here in between MVPs and Lost Peoples. Obviously best 3, so MVPS needing one more round. However, it is a steps attack round, and they are gonna be attacking with triple IS-7, 1 Kranwan, 1 S-Conk, 1 Batchat, and a T100. So I think a bit sturdier lineup than we saw by Lost Peoples on their attack, simply because the I-7 just tanks that little bit more than the 113 does. Then again, the I-7 less pen by quite a lot, and also less DPM.
Also, one thing that we kind of didn't emphasize on, like the Badger that was pushed at the beginning did 2.8k damage. Like, that's really a lot of damage.
He maybe set the I-7 on fire on the front.
I'm not sure, but we can check if it was 5 shots penetrated plus some fire, or 6 that included a kill shot or something like that. But like, if you push on one tank that is like kind of separated, and you even get some assistance by the S-Conk there, so I guess the Badger was traded for like 4000 HP if the S-Conk did like 3 shots of damage. Okay, so this time no light tank pushing immediately on the western side, but instead the 2 Batchats heading towards the west. Aubrey playing.
Oh, that opening, it fucks over Lost Peoples a bit, to be honest, because like they're putting everything into a northwest trap here, but instead MVPs is gonna get so much real estate for free in the south, because like Piotr, yeah, he did take 1 shot of damage here against Sophia, but damage
Sophia
actually being
just,
traded
took
back.
one in return.
And the thing is, all of the combat tanks that Lost Peoples have, they're all concentrated in the north. Now they're doing some rotation back. I think MVPs is
Look at this camo
a bit
selection.
slow here.
Old school 2015
Oh, that is
camos.
actually OG, like 2014 once it's camo back, Yannick.
Yeah. I guess he didn't change it since then. He only changed the equipment.
Yeah, only the... Also, What medkit on 6?
I guess. What's wrong with all those people? We will watch Frugo.
Yeah, Frugo actually with a proper setup here. Not a Bond Turbo though, cheaping out a bit. Frugo.
I mean, boosted turbo in IS7 does similar job, I guess.
It's lower top speed, I think. Yeah. I mean, I guess Los People's happy with the opening. Trading 1-for-1 basically in
Right.
shots onto the T100, and the time is ticking for them.
Take a look at this. Small.
A small medkit?
No, a small rep kit.
Ay,
I mean, small med kit as well, but.
ay.
Yeah, I guess we can take a look at what options we have right now. Steps is usually controlled, as you can see, in the way that this cap is very open here. I guess you can't see the. This is very open, so there's basically no hard cover, just some bushes, and as long as there's some tanks in this position or this position, the one cap is very hard to approach. But as you can see, we have 2000, 2500, 2700 HP locked here, so that's like nearly half of their HP because the
And half of their combat tanks.
and half of their combat tanks because the T100 is usually not the person that is supposed to share HP. On the other side, so if there's a big commitment coming down the 9-0 line, they really need to make sure that the IS7 on the soft ground of steps is able to join in time. Same for the 113. I mean, the Batchet usually doesn't have issues rotating. But I have
I mean,
to say,
it's Aubrey,
it's
so
kind
he's
of
probably rotating already, even though he's in position. What?
I feel like it's kind of hesitant what the team of MVPS is doing. I like that they're sending the scout to put some pressure there. Maybe they will communicate that they got spotted. So
Yeah, OSC just got spotted by Piotr in his T100, but we can see what happens to Piotr in his return. He does drive against the stone, but Aubrey, he decides to not take a shot.
I mean, he was aimed there, but I guess he decided.
What ammo does Aubrey have loaded? Can you see?
No, I can't see.
With APCR, I would definitely have
I
tried
can
to
tell him
take
to
it.
fire one to see which one is reduced. Now you have to tell him. I don't have an in-game chat.
No, I can actually switch to Aubrey and then I see it. 1 second. Aubrey, he has heat loaded.
Okay, I mean it makes sense if there's a heavy tank pushing in.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about pushing in heavy tanks, we have a double IS-7 here approaching the cap. Barkis takes one for this troubles, and even now it's the HP again. And I think they would just commit onto Cody here. They feel like he's not protected enough.
Aubrey just missed 2 and bounced 1 onto the T100. And is on reload now.
Now you know why he didn't shoot in first place.
Anyway, big clash going on here, and the Kranwagen, Cody immediately dying. Pierre, he tried to shield, but wasn't there in time. Baku only taking 1 in return. Barkis down to 1400, and now you can see Yannick and even Piotr being pulled into the fight against Pierre. That is going to be a lot of guns trained onto the ISM, but he does have support behind him. So far, no one really focusing those tanks that are coming on.
I disagree with
that
what
was
Piotr was doing there.
Yeah,
he
Piotr
just drove
was
over the ridge line, took like
and
a
also
50-50
Yannick down
shot.
to 200. Oh my god. And now you can see Aubrey and Sophia Loren de Michel coming in from the side. Yes, they do have triple cap going, but look, Sophia, they can just overpeak. The IS-7 does go down here, but Aubrey, once he comes in with his Batchet, he's gonna wreak brutal havoc onto the tanks in the cap. One of them already picked off, and Los Pipos, they're looking good, they're looking strong. Yes, MVP still has some tanks with HP, but those one-shots, they're gonna come to hurt him, as Piotr probably with 92 gonna be the next target. You can see Aubrey peeking at the IS-7 pre-empt. He takes 800 immediately, but all the decaps coming in.
Yeah, I mean Aubrey basically sacrificed
Aubrey.
himself. I was not fast enough at going out of his tank.
Aubrey.
Yeah, so MVPS is up 2000 HP now, and keep in mind the game is still not over. If they can catch Sophia here on the way out, then this could be crucial.
One shot.
Only one shot by Daro, and now Sophia will be able to get unspotted. But still, if they clean up the S-Conk here, there's only the 113 in the back to cover him, and we are talking about double the HP by now, and MVPS has not lost that. That's only 1.5 minutes, but with 2 players in the cap, that is still doable. And look at all the wrecks, like they can take really good cover behind that.
Yeah, the thing is now, Sophia, he's gonna take a very annoying spot in his T100, but it's gonna be the question, are they gonna be able to clear him? The i7's trying to get some some safe space, I guess, in the cap here behind those wrecks. The 113 cannot really leave, because if he does that, all of them will just peek and blind shot hitting Sophia Loren.
Frugo is
There
such a god.
go. Yeah, Frugo, I guess, just,
Turning
turning on WoT.exe, and that's going to be a W, clean one, 2-0 for MVPs.
I mean, Frugo clearly knows his blind shooting game, so, I mean,
He probably has the reticule indicators turned on in sniper mode, and yeah, OSC knows it's over. He's just gonna donate some more damage here. As the cap goes through, victory, enemy base captured for the Polish team of MVPs that are looking strong. Yeah, unfortunate for those peoples. I guess better luck next time. And let's take a look at the other results. Is there even something? Ratio against Halil?
Barkis.
So yeah, no more games for this round. But yeah, Halil, Esport, Artiquel probably, and family ratioing Bozo here 2-0. MVPS, we saw them kick out Los Pipos 2-0. CSA, the Czechs asserting dominance over Burner, the German OM team. Then the calculators of resistance 2-0 of the Hateful 7. Fake Fame against Tens, that's one's actually did go to a tiebreaker, so we will possibly be able to see that one, or catch that one rather. Enter team names, so Mirek/Banter against Storm, clean 2-0 victory. Haichatok also asserting dominance, I guess, direct 3 marks of excellence. Do not give you the competitive advantage in 7v7. LTP, the Frenchies, holding up the white flag 2-0 over Zuba Dolapi. Strong Kudaks 2-0 over No Luck Only Skill. And that's it.
I was so happy when someone made the jokes about why do French tanks have mirrors in the office today, and 2 people at the same time were shouting so they can see the front as well.
Yeah, so they can see the enemy while they drive away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just checked the badger here. You can see Bakis did 666 in his badger.
Ooh, the number of the devil.
I have to say, like, he was even unlucky because, I mean, good job by him, but if you consider that he has 480 alpha, then he could have even rolled a bit higher. I mean, like, he's slightly below, but I think
the number of the beast.
What is it, like 2,880? Okay, well, it's just a slight low roll then. But yeah, 1,600 block damage. That was probably when he was approached. 4 bounced shells, and maybe someone even missed from the distance. So good stuff here coming in by Barkis in both rounds. Like first in the better round, and now 10 penetrating hits, and again good damage blocked. Yeah. Standout performer.
Impact player.
Very strong. Okay.
I guess as it's 3.5 minutes, we can head to a very quick break, and then we'll be back with the game in between Tents and Fake Fame. So Tents, the winners of the campaign, are going to be proving themselves in the 7v7 mode or not.
Yep.
Ich den Shit-Talk bisschen zu...
Okay, we are back for Fake Fame versus Tens. Tens on the defense here. Coming in with a double 50B, double... oh no, actually triple 277, one IS4 and a Super Kong versus a bit of a mix here. The 50B being supported by a second autoloader with a VZ, double IS4, an S-Kong, CS and E3. Usually, as you can see, the E3 being used on top of the hill here. Interesting choice to neither go with vents or optics. So usually if you are on this B0 position, you want to make sure that you can...
I'm backity back.
Oh, we just started. You want to, yeah, you want to be, if you're at the E3 here in this position, you want to be able to watch all the way down this street. So we'll have to see if you can maybe compensate that with field mods. Yeah, complete lower side control for the team in white. Theme of Tens here with Never Forget Me, having the small medkit equipped, obviously. Usually it's like Daddy Fappy who is the person using the small kits, no? Maybe he's on a break right now. Oh no, he's playing in Burner. So, yeah. Medkit lost here already. Link on a rotation. And so far not a lot of stuff has happened. So the IS4 is now holding.
That is pretty huge though. The IS4 sees that he doesn't get spotted. He doesn't see anything, so that is quite a lot of information that Fake Fame is gonna be getting for free, I would say. Just like they are getting this segue to a sponsor for free. World of Tanks, a free to... Okay, never mind. But yeah, the cross actually was for free, so the BZ and the IS4 gonna get to the A-line without losing any HP. They are gonna cross the 8 line now though, but the trap by the 50B and the IS4 is not there anymore, and I don't think Never Forget Me is in a position to actually spot this.
I think even if he does, then it would just be Stone side scrapping here. Stone decides, okay. He has a window of crossing. Now he does. Eric takes one shot. Looks like he was shotted by the CS from the hill here. Dark Ninja putting in a good one. And yeah, you can see the 8 line is now under control of iGang. The other tanks are being moved forward. And important is as well that the 277s here, Link and Leon, they have to get back there, cross in front of the S-Kong and the 50B, and they do not have a tank immediately here in the windows.
Yeah, and Stone is gonna spot them for sure, so...
I mean, they gave the
one
decap
HE
shot,
decap, yeah.
but that's more of an issue for IS4 not standing correctly. I think you can stand
the thing
in
is,
a way that you can...
I think he was trying to spot the corner, so he spots for the 50B and the S-Kong, because they cannot be sure to spot for themselves if the 50B is...
what are they supposed to not spot? Tens only has heavy tanks.
Yeah, but I think that's more than 445 meters, so that's why he was trying to spot it. Because, like, even the E3, for example...
I mean, like, the initial crossing.
Yeah, the initial spot. He was trying to get early info.
Okay, so Never Forget Me moved up now, and he should have the info that iGang is not alone there. So Baron now is also moving in, but...
In comes the repush, and to be honest, if they crawl linked, immediately getting double tracked, getting a second shot by the 50B, a third one even, that was a very expensive cross. However, no, it's 4 tanks against 1 here. That is a big overmatch onto the IS4 that immediately starts getting penetrated by both of the 50Bs, down to 850, 440 even, and those 50Bs just wreak havoc, and now the tanks from the hill start pouring down. But the problem is Sugma Balls in the E3 is not going to be sucking anything this game, as he's completely out of game. The next tank is going to get singled out, the IS4 here by Never Forget Me. He is showing teeth and trying to shoot back here. I think the VZ, yeah, he did just miss one shot, so Never Forget Me is going to get one more into Patroclus or the VZ. Smart firing by Never Forget Me, and now Byron starting to peek, however, misses his shot, takes damage in return. Never Forget Me is going to go down, and that E3 on the hill, it's still out of game, but the forces on the lower side here by tens, they are not proving superior right now. In comes a repush by the side of Fake Fame.
I mean, Matteo there putting in a good track shot onto Leon line, who tried to shield Link, but now the guns are just dropping. If you see the HP, it's nearly again at this double HP mark, where the game is basically over. Baron picking up another good kill, so the guns in the game are still quite even with 4 to 5 guns, but Patroclus is just too much of a monster there with the IS-4.
The E3 just bounced a shot on Baron's 50B gun. What the actual fuck? But yeah, it's not going to change the outcome of the game. But really, tens, they're going to have to ask themselves some questions. And the biggest one is, how do we lose on the lower side if we manage to almost pick up a tank for free? Yes, we take some damage on the cross.
Like the E3 gave a shot from the top, the 50B gave 3 shots. I mean,
yeah,
they lost like 5,000 HP for the IS-4, and Never Forget Me was separated, where Mato is staying now. So I wouldn't necessarily agree that that was for free. I mean,
yeah,
they had a gun
still
advantage,
the 50B,
sure,
50B, not the 50B, sorry, the E3 staying on the hill while, you know, while everything's going on. I'm not really a fan.
Well, I mean, not being a fan is fine. The team won anyway. Cap circle is started, 30 seconds, and I think we should be able to get into the next game. What do you want to watch?
I saw some people in chat rooting for a CSA game, but let's see the actual
CSA
matchups before we
LTP,
decide.
Banta versus Strong Kudaks. That's what I can offer you for now.
I guess CSA against LTP is actually the...
Talk versus Vervi, that's an option as well.
By the way, your pet the Phil is completely somewhere else in the Birabek screen.
Fine, it's not a problem.
Okay.
I just wanted to, you know, like, because of COVID still being a thing, keep social distancing.
Social distancing, yeah, I get
Especially
it.
with people petting each other, there shouldn't be like groups of people petting each other. You know, also monkeypox. You know.
Yeah, can't stay safe enough.
Okay.
Who's Capibari?
I don't know.
Okay.
CSA, I guess.
CSA.
CSA it is. Okay, LTP versus CSA. Okay, maybe not the same color. We're in team LTP. I give Saka a poke. And yeah, I guess that was a quick jump into the next game immediately here.
Non-stop action.
Non-stop action. LTP versus CSA next. I will let you do the lineup while I set up the next battles.
Right, so LTP coming in with triple IS-7 onto Prokhorovka, 1 S-Conk, 1 CS63, 1 Leo, and a T100. For the side of CSA, we see 1 T100 as well. Then Cosmo playing CS63, triple S-Conk, so concentrated firepower and DPM for the side of CSA, and 2 IS-7s completing the lineup.
Yeah, so we can expect Ichas to sit on the red line and rig his DPGs at the back of the map here.
Gold are getting boosted by Cosmo, by the way, onto the 1-2 line here, so the CS boosting the IS-7. And that is actually a very interesting start by the side of CSA, I think, because they're sending all of the S-Conks and to the middle, as well as 1 IS-7, and they're sending the CS with 1 IS-7 onto 1-2 and the T100 pre-clearing, so a very aggressive west start for the side of CSA. Both of the T100s are gonna spot each other out momentarily, both of them taking damage, but I think CSA, they just have more guns here at the moment to be able to profit from this opening.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Crazy War will be able to put in another shot. No, he missed. But yeah, you can see.
Oh, Tankistador down to 394.
Missed shot.
Golda missing his shot.
Crazy War will try to blind, but combat 2 out of 2 shots. Great shooting here by the S-Kong. Doesn't even need field mods for that.
And that is huge,
Yeah,
because the T100 is gone.
maybe next time he could put the rammer in the correct slot, but I will not blame that on him this time.
I will.
I mean, he doesn't have field mods, so he doesn't have a boosted slot anyway.
Well, and I blame him for not having field mods.
Well, he hit both shots, so I mean...
I hope he burns. What? How do you not have field mods in S-Kong after ranked seasons? Like, huh?
I don't know. Yeah, Seago is equipped with a low noise exhaust system. Bounty,
good shot by Golda here into the i7. So
Bounty, low noise, and optics as well. So he will definitely be able to outspot anyone. And I would say CSA with a pretty good setup now. I mean, they have the light tank advantage. They have 2k, nearly 2k HP up as well. The only concerning thing is obviously here Silent Yo in his IS-7, firmly controlling the eastern flank and potentially preventing Frawley and Cosmo from getting decaps on the 2-cap, but with the T100 being out of the game, you lack a tank that can just be used for capturing the base. Also, you don't really want the Leopard with the gun setup and so on. Like you can see, going for Vents and the Amy unit, you don't want to like separate that to just spot. Lexa takes 2 shots.
Seago spotted Reaction very early on the 1-2, by the way. Reaction making a move here in his CS63, and that is sort of gonna catch CSA a bit off guard, because obviously the T100 he needs to run, and the IS-7 he can't really shoot onto the CS, so that weirdly enough means that LTP they will get the 1-2 line sort of for free here.
I mean, you can see in the same time the 2 S-Kongs in the middle there, Frawley and Saka pushed over on Lexakun, and the other S-Kongs took care of the IS-7 now. Spartan dropping as well, LTP now down to 4 tanks, all tanks still in the game, and 3 tanks are now approaching onto the IS-7 here. We need to see if Reaction can give some good cross shots. He is in a decent position to do so. The Leopard picked up Frawley, so first kill on the side of LTP. But now you can see good focus fire here coming in. Crazy War tried to shield Combat. Combat should be able to put in another shot as well. Reaction misses his. Golda puts one into Baboon. Combat takes one. Cosmo was in the meantime picked up. Reaction fighting it out, battling it out with Seago. And while I think the CS might be the stronger 1v1 tank, Reaction will probably not survive that either.
Yeah, Reaction is gonna stay spotted here, and there is some heavy tank guns aimed at him. One of them does hit. He's gonna get safe now and probably gonna get unspotted, but CSA is still defending. They only have 4 heavy tanks, and there is 2 mediums for LTP, but yeah, one of them is very close to Sakalita, who's right now proxying, and the CS doesn't really have a way of spotting the S-Kongs while they're driving down 1-2 line without dying for it. So yeah, Golda is going to make his way in the IS-7 now. He's going to clean up the CS, and after that, the Leo 1 is not going to be able to do anything.
So Golda puts Reaction back on the bench, and even if Ichas is having a great farming game in his Leopard, I don't think his remaining HP will be enough to dig out those 4 heavy tanks.
Yeah, I don't think CSA are going to be, you know, as sideways as his opponents in randoms. I mean, what?
Okay, so that means CSA wins their Prokhorovka defense. 2.5 minutes left. I mean, another good shot there. Now Golda will put the Leopard onto a 1-shot, and now it's more a matter of who picks up the kill than anything else. I don't think Ichas can get the gun elevation if he drives up, but Golda drives directly in front of him, so no problem there. Kill is being picked up, and CSA with 4 tanks and 2,500 gun HP left I feel like it could have been a bit cleaner, but overall a good reactionary play when they saw the 2-line was pushed, so all good on their side.
To be honest, as soon as the LTP T100 on 1-2 line died right at the start, CSA, it was CSA's game. They would have needed to throw more than anything else.
So Ichas with a decent damage here, reaction as well. He was the one farming the push onto the IS-7 again. But yeah, most importantly is the spotting here by the T100 at the very beginning. So 1 point for CSA, which will now be the team on the attacking side. And we can take a look if there are any other results already. Which are... So we have 1-0 for Ohm's Law versus Cornflakes. Strong up a point against Bunter. Also, that would mean that they won their Prokhorovka attack and now might have an advantage. Even though I don't necessarily think that Prokhorovka is really like so defense favored. I mean, the 8 minutes maybe help it, but you have to protect 2 cap circles, which are quite separated. Aichatok down a point against Vervi, and it looks like we will wait for the other results. One game starts in 2 minutes, and the other game has just started. So all the 6 games are running right now.
Okay, so I'll use that minute to first go over the lineups and then get myself a nice cold beverage on this hot day. 3 PX.
You can actually close the... you did close the prediction already.
Yeah, I only made it 5 minutes. So yeah, lineup for LTP gonna be T100, 1CS, double S-Conk, and triple IS-7, and I'm off to the fridge.
Yep. Okay, so it looks like there are no lineup changes. We stay with this 5 heavy tanks, light tank and the CS again by reaction. I mean, he did a good job in his game. He took a lot of map control and also put in important shots onto the heavy tanks. But I mean, if you lose the light tank that early in the game, that's just...
it's just
GG. Big issue for you. Yeah, CSA coming with an STRV this time against Seago in the light tank. Frawley, I mean, he's known to be the FC here, so it makes sense that he stays in the back where he can coordinate the other forces. Double IS-7, so 5 IS-7s in total, 4 S-Kongs, and the CS versus CS matchup again. So yeah, bit of a lighter lineup than the defenders, but still a pretty heavy lineup with 2 S-Kongs and 2 IS-7s. We'll need to see what they can do.
So, opening wise, we do see the T100 Tankistador taking a more defensive approach this game. As he did last one, he's going to get supported by one S-Conk on A6. And other than that, LTP in general pretty defensive, just sending one IS-7 forward on the 2 and 3 line. Meanwhile, CSA sending their respective medium Cosmo in the CS towards the hill. The I7 S-Conk are going to drive down 6-7 line. One I7, one S-Conk are going to be sent towards the middle. And the T100 just passively there, very passively actually, on the 2-line bush row, I guess to provide spots for the STRB. Yeah. And now, I guess the... So feel never mind. I was gonna say now nothing is gonna happen for some time, but Golder taking a shot in the IS-7.
Oh, yeah, it was a good shot here, directly from the front, angled up, lower.
That was a snipe and a half, though.
I mean, Lexa is kind of close to him, so.
It wasn't Lexa though.
No? You sure?
Nope. Yep.
Ah, yeah, Alexa hasn't fired yet. Guess it was silent then.
Must be. Yeah, snipe and a half coming out. Gold are not going to be happy about that one. Then again, it's only one shot. What I'm curious about in this game is how exactly CSA wants to utilize their STRV. Because that tank, it excels at certain things, but what it's not good at is really contributing to a push. So what you want to have in an STRV is basically you want to force the enemies into repushing that tank while it stays unspotted and farms its ass off, but I don't really see a way how that's going to be happening right now.
What I have seen in the past is that people use the STRV on F0, basically where the CS or the Leopard was used in the previous round. But I guess you can also just use it as cover for the IS-7 and play with the other 5 tanks on this side. We know for sure that the S-Conk and the IS-7 were both spotted, and maybe now they will decide that the T100 will try to get information on the 9-0 line, see what is there. They know about Silent as he fired onto the IS-7. They know about the IS-7 in the front of Sakalito, and obviously about Lexa as well, so there is some decent information game happening. We'll just need to see if Conquistador can outspot the T100. Looks like he just did. Sigo took one from Silent, and Conquistador stays unspotted.
Yeah, so right now, LTP able to basically hold the eastern side of the map without really committing too many tanks for them. So that's going to be a good thing. The question is now, is Seago gonna spot Conquistador while leaving? Doesn't seem like it currently, and Conquistador is instead gonna opt into some very, very passive bushes that will be able to spot any kind of cross by the IS-7 though. Golda there, we saw him get tagged earlier from the back lines here from one of the S-Kongs, but Silent, he actually has to stay down right now because he's counter-spotted. So good methodical play to advance the IS-7 without further HP loss. Time
Golda
though.
also former go-in player, so you would expect
Definitely.
him to drive up there immediately without any issues.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Go-in player being obviously a mark of skill and devotion and excellence. Me not being the best example, but for Gold it actually holds true. So
I wanted to make that joke.
I just take those opportunities before you do. It's you know.
Okay, looks
Now,
like there's a repush being initiated, and that was exactly what you were hoping for in your STRV there. Frawley.
Conquistador not spotted yet though in the T100. Not sure if the STRV got spotted. Don't think he did. He should be seeing Conquistador. Indeed, he does do one shot of damage. Nice tracking shot as well, but wow! Conquistador immediately with the retaliation on the STV that starts farming that 1-2 push. But now CSA, the jig is up. They know everything they need to. They're going to start collapsing probably onto the IS-7 in the middle, probably onto the S-Conk in A6. And that STRV is just going to buy time if he doesn't overcommit. Oh god, Froley, why, brother?
I think he wanted to... he wasn't patient enough to give a shot to reaction, and he just stayed
Yeah,
too
and now
high
he
up.
missed a chance for more damage and possibly even reducing the T100 to a one-shot in turn, though the S-Conk dying, the IS-7 in the middle, probably in dire time. Sakalito not getting pushed on by, who is that? A Spartan.
All of them.
All of them, basically, yeah, but the 2-cap now in firm control of CSA. The HP is sort of even. Sakalito is going to be falling in a second, but so did Lexa in his IS-7 in the middle. And now it's going to be Halda on heavy tanks for the side of CSA defending that cap that is actually getting double pressured. And the IS-7 will also be there soon. Those double S-Kongs are just going to be farming their heart out against all of the tanks that of LTP that have to scramble back. Combat needs to be the focus here for LTP.
Yeah, you can see combat now being used as like a kind of buffer here to hold down the push. You can see the
5
IS-7
seconds, the
has 3
T100 is
seconds to
about to
decap.
peak here, and he does get immediately tagged by Seago, so Tankistador down to 361 HP here. Crazy War getting over pushed, but the resets need to be the actual focus. Finally, the T100 getting spotted, and now it's all down to the HP department, and LTP actually currently leading in this one. Cosmo going down, CSA only 3 players remaining. Seago down to a one-shot, burning to a crisp, and I think LTP have done it here in the nick of time. 5 seconds were remaining on the cap, but that T100 reset came just in time.
Yeah, I mean, Crazy War is still standing, but question is for how long. He will
I think he's gonna get pushed.
Able to survive that game, and
yeah, he got pushed even though he had yogurt in his backpack.
Yeah.
That is not something you do, 3px guys. What the hell? But yeah, LTP forcing the tiebreaker here. Nice. Okay, so
okay, that means we have.
this is semis already, so best of 5, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we have top damage here by Crazy War. Funnily enough, the guy performing best is the one, or with the highest score, is the one that does not have field mods. Oh no, it was combat not having field mods, right? So yeah.
Well, I think slight misplaced by Froley, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Froley put in 4 shots, but I think he could have done 5 or 6 maybe.
Also, good shots by the T100 into the STRB, but yeah, Froley could have survived longer.
Yeah. So, Haichatalk down 0-2, Fake Fame down 0-1.
PewDiePie 2-0 over Haichatalk.
That's what I just said, yeah.
Oh, did you? Oh, never mind.
Enter team name is also dropping, so we'll need to see what they're capable of doing on Ghost Town. Thanks, Swit, for the sub.
In 10 minutes.
10 minutes, obviously.
But yeah, Bunter Mirek. What's happening?
I mean, maybe the pep talk is coming now.
Okay.
Then we'll come back.
Crunch time now.
Okay, I mean, maybe we can take a look at the lineup already. Ghost Town, a map that we haven't seen today yet. So double 50B, double 277, IS4, SConk, and CS. I would say that's quite light if you consider that they will most likely be facing some hull down SConks and some IS4s and so on. Usually the defender plays with 1 medium and 6 heavies, maybe 2 mediums, 5 heavies, something like that. So you really need to make sure that you have your 4 combat heavies in a good position so the 50Bs can trade effectively, get their clips off and leave the close combat area. But yeah, we'll need to see.
Okily dokily, and for the other side of CSA, on their defensive round, trying to put themselves on a tiebreaker, are actually both teams. We see CSA whipping out the T100, 1 CS, triple SConk, a 277, and an IS4. So a very sturdy, although very immobile setup. I mean, yeah, they do have the CS and the T100, but the T100 doesn't really contribute to a fight. He can only harass, he can get map control, he can get info. But yeah, CSA is gonna just have to rely on that brutal SConk DPM, that brutal brawling power that they have with it. And they have to be careful because 50Bs, as we all know, alike in doubles as they are, to eat SConk singled out once for breakfast.
Yep. Okay, so we see the 277 of Silent Yo moving up the 0 line, while the CS follows the T100 here on its way. Let's see if Silent gets spotted. Yeah, he is immediately being spotted out by the T100. Obviously, as a 277, that doesn't stop you from advancing. The IS-4 is spotted as well. I think there was a shot flying into Silent. Already a second shot. Third
And
shot
the third.
now. So good spotting here by Seago, sitting on
Oh,
nearly
Silent
2K
down to
spotting now, and
283.
great stuff here with this combination of 3 tanks and obviously the 2 S-Kongs there, Combat and Frawley, were able to help as well. And that puts CSA in a really good situation on defending this northern part of the map. They have no contest in the east, as there was only the 277. And they are still able to put Chakalito back onto the positions here on the 2 line, and he will be able to play hull down against the CS. Shouldn't be that much of an issue for him either.
Now, a bit of a desperation move, to be honest, by the CS from LTP. He's trying to get information here. Instead, he's going to find Sakalito. He can't really push him.
I mean, that's information as well, right?
It is information, but what does he do with it? Because Sakalito is now going to be like, is there someone behind you? No? Then, well, let's alpha trade.
Exactly. So, yeah, he has obviously more alpha and more HP. And apparently is just leaving after losing his rep kit and a shot of damage. Okay. I mean, maybe he just wasn't sure on how many tanks are behind him. Thanks, Toxic, for the 2 bits. LTP obviously still down in HP, and I guess the most important thing is what we are going to see in the city now, because obviously Saka won't repush without any information, and Noxious knows that he is alone and he can't really push the 277 as tanks like here the Super Kong can give some supportive fire. Also, one thing that is obviously worth noting is Seago here. We mentioned it earlier that there's not a lot of firepower coming in from Seago in the T100, but he claimed the complete 9-0 line now. And earlier already we saw that Silentio was completely eliminated. So T100 making good moves here, providing a lot of information, and guess the 277 behind the CS will try to help with the push. Is he spotted? There was just a blind shot flying? Yeah, he is spotted. Okay, so another shot of damage flying towards Spartan. He saw that there was 3 shots being fired onto him, so he has to be very careful with not just pushing into Saka. And so far the Czech team survived the first half of the game without any big HP losses and picked up Silent, so can't complain on their side.
Yeah, I mean, after that opening, LTB is looking stunned, and there is not even artillery in the game, so Impact Gaming once again by the T100 player from CSA. Seago just responsible once again on the defensive side for an early pickup for his team. Good stuff by Seago, and LTP, they somehow need to make it work. They need to hope for Amorex, fires, or just simply and plainly some luck with their engagement, as Noxious Baboon is now going to be rotated back, because I guess they are unsure now if they still control the south, which they don't. CSA has already sent Seago there with the T100. He's going to be a nasty surprise in their backsides, because LTP is now pulling the trigger. They are going to commit onto that 2-cap, and then it's all about the punishment and the reaction, both by CSA. Remember, the combat tanks are still even. The T100 can just basically backstep, sidestep a bit, but on they go onto the cap. So far, the damage... Lexa pushing on, and yeah, I guess they're going to try to collapse on someone, but they're just driving into crossfire.
They're kind of trying to collapse onto the IS-4, but the IS-4 is supported by like 3 different angles, so yes, you will pick up the IS-4, but look at how much HP you dropped, and complete S-Kong dropped
I
as
mean,
well.
combat sort of in the open, it's not going to matter probably. That is the second fire that LTP is getting this game, but it's not going to matter here as CSA holding strong here. Not even holding on. There was nothing to be held onto. They just held the game the whole time in their hands.
Two HE shots by the S-Kongs and Reaction managed to bounce both of them. You said it would be a matter of reactions, and now Reaction can show what he has left in the clip. Puts in another one into the S-Kong. I think he has one shell remaining. Last
Oh,
shell for
Seago
Reaction.
once again, Impact Gaming. He's going to lead the charge. Crazy Wall. Now finally also come in. The 50B is not going to die yet as Seago does get picked up, but yeah, overall CSA with their next kill. 2 LTP tanks in the red remaining. Frolisaurus going down to a one-shot. I would like for A-shots to actually go forward here to just finish off one more tank, but it's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things. CSA are going to pick up the third round, and it's going to be the third defensive win in a row in this matchup.
Yeah, Spartan in his 277 decided that he would like to not get involved in any of this fighting. He took some damage at the beginning and then decided that he will save some repair costs. So, yeah, as a true Frenchman on the retreat.
Oof.
Oof. And with triple the HP and quadruple the guns on the side of CSA, I guess that's a wise decision.
How did you calculate that so quickly? Wow. Yeah.
I mean, we can take a look at the nice map of Ghost Town.
Oh, okay. Yeah, take us on a tour. T-tours in the chat. Why does he have the purple rammer in the second slot and the
Yes.
turbo in the third?
Yes. I mean, he doesn't have field mods, so
But yeah, it triggers me regardless.
I mean, he doesn't have a boosted slot, so yes.
In his head, you mean?
Okay, so after driving around for another minute,
He's padding that crucial metric that's called, you know, kilometers driven.
distance traveled.
The connoisseur.
Exactly. Okay. So.
By the way, I want to say it on stream actually, so that a lot of people notice. The people that on Discord or whatever messenger of your choice seem to forget that they have a space bar, an enter key, and instead no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like
the
this.
space bar, and instead press enter key like 10 times in between each word are annoying as fuck. I just want to put it out there.
Felt like you had a couple of enter keys pressed too often while you were saying that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Reaction, actually with good shooting here. Did his 2 full clips. Tanky Sedo was the one focused out earlier. Lexa was the S-Conk. He was leading the charge that ended up with picking the IS-4 on the side of CSA. That's a bit of a unlucky situation here for Andra. 3 shots fired, but no damage dealt. Obviously, Silent was a bit of a gamble. Like, they tried to push him up there immediately. If he would have been able to take this aggressive position, maybe they could have profited a lot from it, because the T100 or neither the CS can effectively fight the 277 behind the rock there, but they picked him up on the way. So, unlucky.
Indeed. So now quadruple S-Conk, a 705A, a Batchat, and a CS here for LTP on the defending side. That is also quite brutal firepower, and that 705A is so annoying to dig out once it side scrapes.
And all the rubble on Ghost Town will usually allow you to hide your lower plate quite effectively. So we'll need to see what CSA has prepared.
45 seconds. And yeah, then we'll see. Obviously, this is best of 5, so CSI now on match point. And yeah, the winner of those two is going to move on to the finals. So is going to be the winner of the tiebreaker game in between
See,
Enter
I
Team Name and
told
Strongco
you.
Ducks.
I was telling you, now the pep talk is coming. They were
Mhm.
down 0-2, now it's 2-2. And they will
2-2.
straight rush into the tiebreaker with the motivation of leading 2 games in a row. And then, bam, reverse sweep.
They were actually trailing 2 games in a row.
Well, but now they are leading. Like, it's just about the most recent streak of events. Like, they forgot about the 2 lost games. They're in the positive force now.
Bill, put the canister aside.
It's so full, man. I can use
More like you are.
I can use a bit more and
Okay, yeah, that's what they all say. Anyway, LTP lineup, we already said it. CSA, CS, Batchat, Quadruple S-Conk, and the 277, so also brutal, quite brutal firepower. The teams only exchanging a 705A for a 277 here. I'm mostly intrigued as to where Silent is going to go in his 705. The rest of the positions seeming a bit standard, although that bad chat that you're highlighting right now, that is going to be good information in case he actually does see it. Oh god, really? Conquistador, standard optics, standard stabilizer, and the hardening. Like, what? Did he actually see Cosmo?
yeah, he did. I mean, the optic is boosted. Batchat has a mobility slot, right? So it's
Batchat
not
has a
boosted,
mobility
yeah.
slot. So maybe the stabilizer is boosted, but that's it.
Well, I mean, now he can look like a boosted player, having to face the Haldan 277 there.
Yeah, there was definitely someone boosting him for those 3 marks, if that's what his modules look like.
Okay, so or he is just such a great player that he doesn't need better setups. Either of them. Well, you can see reaction, learn from all the time sitting on the bench how to properly equip an S-Conk.
Finally.
I guess we are back to watching this amazing Batchat play here. Cosmo trying to get some more information. So far still full HP.
Silent's medkit is on cooldown because Ondra was able to splash his loadout with HE.
Oh, amazing here. Good gameplay by Ondra.
Incredible.
I mean, oh no. Silent doesn't have intuition. He just reloaded HE
Bruh.
for the full 14 seconds.
Bruh.
Okay, let's see how much he does. Or if he shoots the lantern. Looks like a good shot. I guess he just... he fired AP actually. He reloaded to shoot AP. He tried
he had
the side of the S-Conk.
Yeah, he had the screen not penetrated thing, and now the gun gets taken out, so also the rep kit going on cooldown here. Ondra so far doing a good job. I mean, you can see he does have a green pen indicator there sometimes, but that's not gonna win CSA the game, to be honest, as there is a push coming in. Sekalito taking some damage in the southwestern part of the map, but that is a crucial position 1 that cannot be punished currently.
Yeah, but obviously now the rotation is coming. The Batchat is supporting the middle area. You can see also. Okay, I wanted to say the S-Conk is being moved, but yeah, now Alexa is moving forward to support the CS. Obviously, with an S-Conk, you're in a much better position here. Actually, Lexa, did he not refill his ammo? Like he's sitting on 2300? Or maybe he just did a lot of blind shots.
Probably a lot of blind
but
shots,
I mean,
but
he was the S-Conk in the back, and he knew that. I don't know.
Apparently you should lower my volume a bit, by the way.
Okay. Well, in typical CSA fashion, we see half the game of chilling, pretending that they would be defending, and now we reach the point in time where CSA is waking up, thinking about what they want to do in their attack. It will take them roughly half a minute to a minute now to decide on what they want to do, and then they will probably do some push.
I mean, if CSA had had 2 more minutes, they could have done some more non-rotations and just sit in place for 2 more minutes, you know?
Exactly, I mean, with 2 more minutes, they could have waited another 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so good shot there into Ichas, being pushed back. Crazy War and Seago so far able to cross without taking any damage. You can see in the bottom of the map the CS and the Batchat moving up as well. And it looks like they're trying to separate Silent Yo, Spartan and Reaction by just committing here onto Ichas. But Tankistador should be able to give good supportive fire there. The Batchat clipping out immediately. I'm not sure why Ondra is still in the back. He should be the one helping out to pick up Ichas, who's still not down. CSA now down 4k HP, and finally Ondra moves forward, decides to contribute a bit to this game as well. Seago now on a one-shot while Ondra is still full HP. I don't know if he disconnected. Like, how is Ichas still alive?
Ichad is doing a good job there, finally getting backstabbed by Cosmo, and now it's going to be Silent and Spartan. Both of them are going to be in the open for the CS and the 277 actually, who will be able to double bush, but at this point in time, the HP, I think, too far gone. Yeah, Cosmo even bouncing his shot, and Call Me Reaction on the one line, now getting pulled here, and as soon as he arrives, I think LTP should even be able to overpower the one line if they want. Yeah, CSA not going to be winning that one.
Saka was always telling me that he doesn't like Ghost Town attack, but I mean, if I play Ghost Town attack like this, I guess it makes sense that I don't necessarily like the map.
Ooh, throwing shade once again.
I mean, am I wrong?
No.
No. Yeah.
And yeah, I guess CSA for the tournament they could be, or at least for this Ghost Town map, they could be going to be Nomi. They could be going to Nomi because they seem to be all out of ideas.
That took you too long to explain it.
Yeah, sorry. I was wondering if I should even explain it, but like otherwise no one gets it. Spartan is going to be caught in a crossfire, and the Batchat is going to go onto the cap for free.
Yeah,
that's
a lot of copium, I think. I mean, there are like some kill pickups. CSA now with a gun advantage for the next 2 seconds until their tank was picked up as well, and now the Batchat can try to force some duel here between the autoloaders. Sakalito should be cleaned up any moment. And Silent should be able to make short work of this S-Conk here if he hits the upper engine plate. Okay, he decides to go into the face hack.
Silent is getting not schooled by Crazy War.
Hey, so CSA, I think they won their attack, their defense with 2,500 HP left, right? And oh no, that was the other game. It was 6k versus 2k. So might actually go back to one of the Proco rounds. Well, even though he was not having maybe the perfect setup, 4k damage in the Batchat here, 4k damage in the CS as well. Yeah, good amount of damage blocked. Let's call it like this. And yeah, who is the guy? Was it Ondra who was staying back in the S-Conk? That was very confusing to me.
You.
I mean, Ishaz did 3k damage. Like, that was the tank that was being pushed. 2k blocked by armor. Well, we can take a look at the other results, I guess. We have Fake Fame down a point against MVPS. Strong Kudaks versus Enter Team Name are in their tiebreaker right now. I guess that started 2 minutes ago, yeah. And we will see which team will be defending on, I think, Cliff and the tiebreaker.
Okay, so I guess we go to a short break until we will be able to show you that game. Okay, we do be back and live, and we're gonna first of all, before we jump into the semifinal tiebreaker in between LTP and CSA, where LTP is gonna be defending on Cliff. First of all, gonna walk you through the groups. R equals U over I did secure their spot in the finals of, I think that is Group 1 probably already. It is. Fake Fame are going to be duking it out in a tiebreaker against MVPs for their spot in the finals against the previously mentioned team. Group 2, we do see the tiebreaker win that Stronku Ducks managed to pull against the team of Merrick and Banter. So I guess the Reconquista getting stopped dead in its tracks in the tiebreaker battle there. CSA and LTP, the match that we are going to be watching here, is going to decide who is going to face off against Stronku Ducks. And in group number 3, Cutie Pie is going to face off against the winner of Capibari and Halil Esports, who are also going to tiebreaker. So, yeah, a lot of tiebreakers here. Obviously, the 3 winning teams, or the winning team from each group, much rather are going to be joining the Inbil Hall of Nitsi team and I think it was Goodnight Nomi, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, the Goodnight Nomi team that are pre-qualified from the last 2 tournaments. Those were your finalists last time in the playoffs. And that is going to make 5 out of 8 teams. The second set of 3 coming from qualifiers is going to be shown live on Twitch on this stream here, twitch.tv/ThePhilX. We're going to show all of that at, I think, 4 p.m. CEST on Saturday.
Exactly, and then on Sunday, as you just mentioned, we'll have the group stage a bit later, starting around 6.
Yep, sock.
Okay, that means we have
30 seconds, so now we go to, like, if this was a professional production, we would now do the quick,
Ad
you know,
break?
like commercial break.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
the, yeah. Since this is not, I guess we suggest liking and subscribing, following, hitting that bell icon on twitch.tv/ThePhilX. Don't you forget, if you have a Twitch Prime, you can freely use that one to support your favorite content creators, or actually creator, as this channel should be a favorite channel, after twitch.tv/WorldOfTanks.de, where you cannot sub, however. So use it here.
Okay, so we are ready to rumble on Cliff with 4 277s and 3 CS versus 4 CS. No, also 3 CS, 1 TVP, and 3 277s. So Tankistador in his TVP, hopefully this time with a bit more passionate setup there on the TVP. Bit more creative spark. Okay, what am I even talking about? I mean,
this guy, like, not even bounty. Like, what? Dude.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that did not work out. Keyhand, thank you for the sub.
That was actually Crypto giving it to me, but...
Okay, well, thank you, Crypto, for the sub, Keyhand. Enjoy your time here on the channel, and I hope that both teams will enjoy this clash here in the middle as well. So far, no damage coming onto the CS. Now Cosmo taking 2 shots. Ondra getting up there with only taking 2 shots as well. And this is an interesting situation where now taking the donut there on the lower side, the 277s will have crossfire. But the question is if they are fast enough to punish Reaction. Reaction doing a big driving mistake there, driving on the side. And I'm not sure if he will be able to fully get up there, being contested by 2 of the CS. So HPs are even. Seago drove fully around, conquering now the B2 position, which in theory should enable him to farm the back of Silent. And you can see it now being forced into driving up. Silent and Reaction starting to trade there. Good shot by Frawley, 500 damage into the back of Reaction. And I think CSA is in a quite comfortable spot right now.
CSA looking good, looking strong here. Call me reaction with those, I guess, slight misplays that you mentioned down to a one-shot. So Silent holding all of the HP on the hill and is also holding a very strong position. As of now, Froley now peeking here in his 277 on the approach. That is such a weird map distribution right now.
No.
With the 277 with Froley being pushed up there. Seago obviously has shots here, but Froley is getting freely peeked by Spartan, taking another hit for 550.
Okay, I think they just decided that they will all go where Lexa is and try to peek on Froley all together.
Froley actually in big trouble, taking some hit to the track, decides to repair the track here as he should. He's able to bounce one shot, and now the CSA tanks from the donut are starting to counter peak. Meanwhile, on the hill, damage also being traded. One of the CSA CSs down to one shot as well. That is Ondra here, and that is dire times for CSA, who are still up in HP, but not in the important positions.
Yeah, now it has to be said that Reaction and Silent made a good trade there. In the end, one tank one shot, one tank two shot for both of the CS duos here, but Cosmo has to be very careful. Now Lexa picks up, very important kill here, and Cosmo is trying to kind of hide behind this stones to not get shot in the back. Icha's trying to overpeak, Sakalito trying to give cover. Very intense here. First kill was obviously dropped here on the side of CSA, but still they are slight favorite in HPs, and the game is definitely not over yet. Okay, the repush is actually coming.
God, I hate that repush whenever it happens because he pays so much damage. Combat taking the brunt of the damage, but all of the tanks getting teched here. Big salvos coming out. Combat down to 932, and the CSA HP advantage, it is completely and utterly gone here. Now trailing by 1200 HP. Froley down to a one-shot, so Spartan is going to finish him off and then be able to focus his gun onto the middle. Now Ishat sort of caught in the open with the 277. He needs one more shot to die as Spartan picks up Froley. Ishat still alive as a one-shot here. Meanwhile, the hill could be won if Reaction and Silent decide to overpush, and CSA, I think they've run out of steam. They've run out of gas. There's nothing left in the tank here. Yes, they're trying that overpush here in the middle, but I have trouble believing.
Well, now it's important that they pick up the 277 before he does this crucial kill shot, and the crucial kill shot came in a bounce below the track from Combat there again. Not great shooting, and CSA now down to 2 tanks, and this is a very dire situation here for the Czech tanks fighting for the tournament survival, and it looks like it will be a hard but a short fight. I mean, first kill being picked up, and I guess we have our next finalist here with LTP Reaction picking up the last kill. Was a good approach, a 2-3 in the semifinals, definitely not the worst, but yeah, now back to the drawing board, and let's see if CSA will be able to holster another team for the finals. Okay, so the other games are still running. That means we can go for a quick break. We will update you on the scores, and then we will be back in roughly 6 minutes, 5-6 minutes for the final round. So grab a beverage of your choice, and we'll be back in a moment.
And hello, welcome back to the finals of the WoT7 number 7 qualifier 1. This is, I'm not even sure which group it is, but
You
it
see
is
it
going
in
to
the middle.
be
That's group one.
group 1. Yeah, it's going to be a spicy Polish duel here in between MVPs and Invil. You can't see it with the observer mod, but a lot of the Invil players here rocking their one marked and, oh, actually only one marked golden fists. And just
100%.
normal golden fists here. R equals U over I, the Invil players coming in on Himmelsdorf with double 113, double 50B, double IS4, and the CS63. Meanwhile, their opponents from MVPs coming in with the E3, 1CS, 1E5. I love the choice. Double IS4, 1E100 played by Frugo, and 150B.
I mean, look, Invil players might have 1 mark Golden Fist, but Frugo has a 3 mark E100, so.
Is that 9 marks? Oh my goodness. Yeah, opening wise, double 50B and 1 CS by the attacking team going towards the hill. Double 113 and 1 IS4 heading towards that G/8 line. And 1 IS4 going to the south here. And that is going to be an IS4 cross, if I've ever seen one. That is some damage taken by MVPs right at the start of the game. The 50Bs clipping out, Piotr taking one shot for his troubles as well, and the 50Bs raining down fire, but I don't think they should be able to pen Piotr a whole lot here, as he has made it hull down. He's trying to retaliate, but the 50Bs, Ketzai and Richard, they have already left.
Yeah, interesting thing obviously to consider is that this is not the original team that we knew as Invil Go. This is a mix of Invil Go and Postro. You can see Konrad playing, and he was usually the captain of the Postro team. So now, with his experience, and Postro was always known to be the Ghost Town team, they will have a 2 KHP advantage on Himmelsdorf here, and then they will head over to Ghost Town for round 3 and potentially round 4. We'll see if this new synergy here between all those Polish Invil players, I mean, they know each other from the 15 versus 15 obviously, if that will be good enough to overcome the most valuable players.
Yeah, I guess we can call them Invil Go, to be honest, because that's the name they're going to be playing under if they make it to the group stage, that is. There is an interesting interaction going on right now, actually in the courtyard where the E3 just died.
Well, Konrad with he was driving in his IS4, shot over the wagon on the one line, and picked up the kill by shooting the side of the E3. So good stuff there. Now 3k HP up. I'm not sure how valuable those players were that they lost right now, but if those are the most valuable players, then you just lost one of them. You're also down 3k HP. Yes, you are defending, but only 3 minutes used so far, and quite a lot of map control for the attacking team.
Now, the 50B by the defending team sort of getting rotated. I
feel
hate
like
that.
it's just one-sided bleeding right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like every 10 seconds, there's another shot coming from another angle. I mean, beside the initial damage there onto T-Sec and Panz Fury, there was just not anything happening.
Yeah, and the 50B, he's sort of stuck now. Like,
I mean, he doesn't know, but
he is unaware. Rishek now gonna come around the corner immediately. Villain with a shot into him, but that is 2 shots into the 50B here. That is now halfway into his clip. Rishek, he smells blood in the water, and Ketzai from behind also starts to peek. That's a free pick onto Villain. Yes, he does do his clip, but that hurts so much. Down 2 tanks now. MVPs scrambling around the map to get back. Yes, the next tank on the menu from MVPs is the E100 that can soak up that damage, but the 50Bs from game over, they're just gonna refill their clips.
yeah, I mean, Ketzai now took one, but he has 4 shots left to take care of Frugo. Circling around the E100 trying to buy time, maybe put one back into the CS, but You can see the pick up is happening, and in the meantime, DJ Wheat and his buddies are encroaching here. Hansfree even jumping on top of Bialy, and Piotr 40k being picked up as well. Very clear first round here. The 50Bs seem to still be reloading, but Rishek is shielding his buddy in the CS. Good action here from the Polish streamer. Check out his stream if you find the time. And even though Yannick was able to pick up a kill now, Ketsai will clip out in the 50B, get some assistance by Rishek, and potentially even survive this game.
Yeah, I mean, Ketsai driving around with the 50B, taking another shot. Yannick is going to try and come in here. He does put one more into Pansfury, deciding not to finish off Rishek, but that is going to be a decisive, clean, convincing, brutal 1-0 that Indel Go are going to secure for themselves here in the finals that are best of 5. So yeah, nothing lost yet for the side of MVPs, but man, was that a strong showing by Indel Go.
Yeah, I mean, very convincing stuff. You can see everyone kind of participated in the game. Obviously, the IS4s that were driving around the lower side and had to wait with the engagement, but Rishik here, great shooting, basically 3 clips of damage. Ketsai as well, 10-10. So good stuff. T-Shake on the hill, he did a lot of damage onto the IS4s at the beginning. So good stuff, good rotations coming in, immediately taking over the hill, then retaking the southern areas. Please ready up your spectator tank in the meantime. And then Conrad retaking the 2-line as well. It was just a lot of map control, a lot of good angles. So yeah, nothing that you can really complain about.
Okay, what about the other games? None finished yet. That was a short summary.
Yeah, so I will open the special battle window so the people can see. We have the game starting in a bit of a different time slots here. So first one started already. That's the one that we are watching. Then we have the Stronku Ducks versus LTP game. Obviously, we saw LTP going to a tiebreaker against CSA on Cliff, so that game took a bit longer. And Cutie Pie versus Capibari will start in 1 minute, something like that. Obviously, after 3-2 there for Capibari over Halil Esports, you can see it here, just finished. They received some additional time from us to prepare for their round.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 40 seconds remaining. We see the lineup for MVPs that are going to be attacking after just being brutally slaughtered, one could say, on their defense. This time they're going to be attacking. 1 CS, 1 SCONG, 2277, an E100, and a B. Yeah, judging by how the last round went, to be honest, they're going to need some lucky timings to win that one.
Keyhand out of words. I mean,
Yeah,
I have to say, like, the way they picked up the E3, like, E3 did one shot, didn't hit even anyone, and then just died in the window. So that was really good stuff.
What are you saying after that one, right? Brutal, savage, wrecked, absolutely taken down. And for the side of Indel Go, trying to put themselves on match point, we have 1E100 played by Konrad, Ketsai and Rishek once again in the 50Bs, and then we have the quadruple 113.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that we saw a couple of times from them already. This aggressive push here I wanted to say on the 2-line, and exactly that's where they seem to be heading.
Weirdly enough, I would say mobility, firepower, both go firepower, especially in a prolonged fight, even though they have the double 50p, because they have the 113s, they do have the DPM as well, all go to Inbuild Go here. MBPS, what do they really have? Like that triple 277 sort of gets soft countered by the DPM of the 113s, in my opinion.
I mean, I feel like it's a bit of a trade-off. If you end up in some peekaboo fights, then you will obviously have the 50 alpha more. So that gives you the edge over the 113. And if you're like focus firing a 113, you can see all those 113s sitting on 2.6 kHP. So you need 6 shots, while the 113 might need another one. So yep. Mr. Chef, thanks for the raid. Thanks for the host.
Okay, while we see the offense unfolding here for the side of MVPs, it's going to be a full commit down from the hill. Frugo with the E100 leading the charge, and nice how that 277 there. I think that's Piotr is utilizing that E100 to shield himself from the 8 line. Obviously, no one from Inbuild Go was there, and that is a free cap, free real estate if I've ever seen anything. But Inbuild Go obviously already with the rotation, but that is double cap. So Conrad will probably need to come close. He will have the double 50B that can freely rotate through that 5 line here. If the E100 and the double 50B come together while the 113s rotate through the 8 line, this could be detrimental to MVP's efforts of getting the equalizer on the board.
You can see the 113s now in the 8 line are being spotted by the 277 that immediately puts in a good hit. They don't know exactly where the 50Bs are waiting for them, but now Frugo is being approached by the double 50B. Katsai and Rishek now clipping out onto the 50B. Frugo dropping, trying to give a shield here for Barkis. Barkis just leaving, but now the 113s coming from the other side. A big flank is happening, and MVPS is getting smashed.
MVPS indeed in between a rock and a hard place. Yes, Ketsa in his 50B currently is taking a lot of damage down to a one-shot, but Conrad coming on with the crucial shield, so Yannick will not be able to finish off the 50B. And that triple 113, as I said, the brutal DPM. Brafus still farming from the 8 line. Villain getting blown to pieces in the 50B. That is 2 kills, no answer on the board here right now for Inbuild Go.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Profutze is kind of separated right now with the 113, but he's binding 3 vehicles, 3 guns, just taking care of the 113. And you can see Piotr 40k should be the next one to fall. Yannick also on a one-shot. And if you take a look at the guns in the game, all those 3 guns, I don't know what Bialy was even doing there. Like, he's still full HP with his 277, completely out of the game. And you can see Pan's Fury holding the angle now. Barkis and Baku will be able to push onto him. And I'm not sure why Pan's Fury is moving forward so aggressively. Maybe he's a distraction for Katsai, who is now putting in some shots into the back of Barkis there. Good shot by Katsai. Track shot here onto the 277. Baku picks up one more kill, but that should be a 2-0 on Himmelsdorf.
Yeah, 2-0, and in what kind of fashion? That was convincing to the absolute maximum. Baku getting one more shot of damage, but getting rammed out of cover here, and Inbuild Go. They are having a go at MVPs right now. Tiebreaker, and neither of those rounds was long. Neither of those rounds was close, and MVPS, they were back to the drawing board after round 1. They're in the gutter right now after round 2.
Yeah, and talking about results, we have another updated score here. LTP leading the game against Strong Dax 1-0. So the French team coming in strong. Reaction being activated from the bench. Put himself warm all the years, and now it's his time to shine. No results yet for the other game, but I am pretty sure that we should get a result before the 3rd round here on Muro is starting. I thought it would be Ghost Town. Maybe Ghost Town was only in the last round, so missed out on that one. But yeah, what can we say? Like, this was just very well played by the team.
Just walkovers so far. Like, none of those games were competitive, although I have to admit it was fun to watch them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I guess we will relax our voices for a minute. You can take a look at the post-game stats. I will even open the other game for you again. Almost the first round. And lineup is nearly ready as well. Murovanka being played on the defensive side. I think it's good for MVPS because Murovanka is usually a map that favors the defending team. So maybe we will see at least one more pickup of a point, but we'll have to see and wait.
So yeah, 1 minute, WCS, 1-5A, 1E5, 1 S-Conk, 1 Kran, and an IS-7. That lineup differs considerably from the lineups we've seen by CSA and who were they? LTP on Prokhorovka. Both of those teams opting for the T100
But I mean,
strategies.
Muro is not Proko, right?
Oh, yeah, Ofka, Ofka.
I mean, yeah, we are talking both about open maps, and it's a similar concept with one cap circle being very open.
Even then, like on Murovanka, T100s do tend to get picked.
Yeah, exactly.
But the fact that, I mean, yeah, Invilgo is going to be attacking. If MVPs were attacking, then no T100 would basically mean they would have to go all out one cap. But being on the defensive side, that sort of keeps options open because they bring 7 instead of 6 combat tanks. We'll have to see how the lineups stack up against each other as we load into the game. As I said before, MVPs, WCS, 1-5A, 1A5, 1 S-Conk, 1 Kran, 1 IS-7. For the side of Invilgo, we have double 113, 1 IS-7, 1 Kran, 1 S-Conk, 1 STB, and 1 T100 LT. And you know what? I like that setup a lot because the Kranwang and the S-Conk, they do keep the options open for the 1 cap together with the double 113 that could go super quick. But the T100 as well keeps them the option for the 2 cap. So
I have to criticize the STB pick. Whatever you're saying, like the STB pick, like
STB is just overhyped garbaggio. Even though if it's being played by Rishek, it's not going to make the tank any better, in my opinion. It's just not a 5k tank. Even Ducky says so.
Yep, exactly. So Frugo now trying to approach the lower side here with his CS. You can take a look at his equipment choices, and considering that they decided to not opt for a light tank, this might be a good decision here.
Oh, Ketsai, super aggressive spot with that T100. Baku GG spotting him out. Ketsai taking a shot for his troubles. Baku, in turn, getting tapped by the Kranbang. Kranbang unable to do a second shot of damage. So T-Shek -2 currently. He's probably going to go reloading because Baku managed to get into the window, and then Hull IS-7. Yeah, I mean, it's against the hull down Kran, but yeah, both of those are not going to really realistically do damage.
So Ketsai now here on this typical position to catch the rotation on the K line.
Question is, did he see the CS?
No, I don't think so.
That's gonna come as
very fast in the lower position there. And we can take a look at his position. Actually interesting that he opted for a setup that we saw before on...
No turbo though.
Yeah, I mean...
I guess they know the timings exactly.
Fast enough. So, similar thing to what we saw on Fisherman's Bay actually, with the 430U going for this spotting setup and trying to outspot vehicles that are pushing on the 8 line on Fisherman's Bay, so that's also the east.
He did see the 113 there, that's crazy. The only question remaining, and I guess they probably played this tactic a lot, so they know it's not going to happen. But since he's in fast mode, he actually has like less camo than he does if he went into slow mode. So they probably tried it out.
In fast mode because
I think he just changed modes.
Reload.
Let me
for me,
check.
It says 6.2 seconds reload, so that.
The reload
doesn't even change. So,
yeah, no, the reload doesn't change. But yeah, he is in fast mode, I can confirm. Yeah. Yeah, and I guess the reticule would indicate as much.
So Frugo pulling back, I mean, obviously he will try to fall back. Use the bushes where he has the CVS to outspot the 113s again. And now it's all about how much damage.
He
how
now
much
switched
spotting.
to slow mode. But yeah, that is a lot of information gained here, and you can see on the minimap that MVPs, they have a lot of tanks in this.
Frugo just
And
fired, so they know that he is there.
Mhm.
He bounced on the side of a 113, and he bounced on the Kranwagen as well, so that's 2 shots that are kind of unfortunately given away.
I think he actually penetrated T-Shek.
Yeah, I think the HP bar was just hidden behind the 113s. And I mean, that is definitely buying some time here if the team in yellow will pull back from what it seems like. This is a very good hold here by only 1 vehicle. And with the CS being pushed up on F1, they should be able to see any approach onto the 2 cap. As the S-Conk is covering the inner side, I can quickly draw that on the map. So basically, the S-Conk can take a look on what is happening in this area here. The CS can see the approach in this area. And obviously, Frugo is taking care of this. The IS-7 can spot here. And yeah, you can see those vehicles obviously can rotate either way. Now, as it seems like Invil has decided to stay on this side, so maybe they're just trying to bait and use the T100 as like a vehicle to pretend they're active on the other side, so spot one side, push the other or something.
Yeah, but Frugo once again spotted the IS-7 and the 113.
But now he doesn't have neither the Kran nor the 5A to support him. So yes, he will outspot them, but who is shooting them? Like Conrad takes 1 shot, Frugo now seems to be
Frugo
spotted.
Yeah, he's going to do like 2-3 more shots of damage. He actually bounces onto DJ WoT7.
Baku did a good shot. Rexa took 1 from Yannick, I think. 1 more shot into DJ WoT7 and that should be it.
Yeah, he took 1 more by the Kronwagen, so he's not going to be able to reload in time, and that is a pickup, although they did pay some HP for it.
I mean, it took them over 5 minutes to establish these positions, and as of right now, I think the team in red could be able to overtake the 2 line there, the CS fighting 1v1 against the CS, against an STB. But yeah, 2.5 minutes. Cap was not started. The IS-7 still holding important position in the middle area. So Baku there on 2.3k HP, exactly like this. So we'll turn around now as Panzfury is approaching. Panzfury gives him 1. 1 shot is being returned. As I was mentioning here, CS was able to take care of Rishik, who had to leave. Obviously, a bit of cover fire by Piotr 40k, and the HPs are still pretty even. A bit of trading happening here and there. I guess we can take a look at Baku. He should be the next one to.
Baku right now in the side scraping duel here against Conrad. Drawing the shorter end of the straw currently, as Conrad is going to be able to pick him up. So that is once again 2 unanswered kills. However, the clock, it is not in favor of the attacking team. I wanted to say something different. 1.5 minutes, and there is still 5 tanks to kill. There is still 9k HP to chew through, and that is a hefty amount, especially as Yannick is currently able to stay safe from DJ WoT7, so it's only going to be Conrad that's shooting at the 5 into his rear, but Conrad in turn is getting farmed by the Krandang and the S-Conk. Finally, Yannick does fall, so that is another linchpin of the defense gone, but I think with 1 minute only remaining, Cap isn't really an option anymore. T-Sec down to a 1-shot in his Krandang, and this defense by MVPs, it's falling apart, but it's falling apart slowly enough right now.
Yeah, I mean, we will need to see if the CS maybe can find a nice spot in the back of the map or something like that. Katsai should be able to pick up the 5A exactly. And now 3 tanks left. The 2 heavy tanks there in the front, they will try to buy as much time as possible. You can see they're overpeaking now to eliminate guns, to reduce the effective DPM of this team. Hopefully for them, they will be able to see Katsai crossing there, maybe give him a track shot, put him on a 1-shot for the CS, 20 seconds left. See the decision making of Barkis here, perfect. Decides to not continue to peek onto Conrad, puts the CS in a position where he can pick up the T100 with just one shot, as he does. 8 seconds left on the map, and who's supposed to kill the CS now? 3 seconds,
no one.
2 seconds, and sure, with 10 minutes on the clock, you would easily win this, but MVPS, well, takes the W.
MVPS indeed able to recover after 2 brutal beatdowns on Himmelsdorf. Finally, showing up in this matchup here, taking their Morawanka defense. Obviously, it's still an uphill battle for them. They still have to win their Morawanka attack to be able to get to tiebreak. What map would that be?
I think it's Mines? I think it's Mines. Steps. Okay, it's Steps. I changed it a couple of times, so yeah. So Muro second round, if there is one, and then Steps. By the way, Frugo spotted 800 damage because of the delayed push. I don't know, if they would have pushed him immediately, he would have probably received more spotting, but yeah, we'll see. So 1-1 scoreline between QtPie and Capybari. And 2-0 between Stronkodux and LTP.
Obviously, all of those games best of 5, as we mentioned, and who is going to be attacking in between Stronkodux and LTP?
I mean, Stronkodux will be defending first on Muro. That's basically a very similar situation to what we had here between MVPS and Invilgo. So maybe they can pick up their round on the defending side and regain some confidence or something. We'll need to see.
Yeah, 40 seconds remaining. For the side of MVPs, we now have double CS, double 5A, 1 S-Conk, and double Crown. Yeah, that is a 1-cap commit.
I mean, potentially we could see the CS pushing the Kranwagen even. But we'll need to see on if that's the plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so looks like this is the results that we have right now. So no further game results popping up now. If this is a quick 3-1, we will obviously try to jump into one of the other matches. Alternatively, we'll just give you an update on what is happening. An interesting choice here. Double VZ for the defending team. One thing to say about the VZ is obviously the APCRs are much easier to use in the middle of the map. There are a lot of like destructible fences where heat is getting stuck. So maybe that can be an advantage. Also,
step heat?
You will need to see how the reaction onto this. Yeah, you can see they are exactly.
Oh, this is not LTP playing. What? Okay, enough of that. Yeah, I mean,
the reaction onto the push that we are predicting is exactly what they should probably do.
Invilgo are reading the setup the same way we are. This is clearly a 1-cap commit, and this is how it is being reacted to. Choo-choo train being formed here on the 2 and 3 line. Guys, this is not Prokhorovka. This is not the way to do the Kazna Remembrance push. Grishek now taking a crossfire position and immediate reactions up on that spot coming out. Bark is fanning out in his CS63. Double Crown and 1 VZ are
her shots,
getting sent
actually.
towards the cap, and Bark is taking one of the one on the cross. Rishek taking none. This is why the second CS also has to be committed over. Rexa in the bad chat also on the one line here. Pansfury getting pulled close, and those Kranwagens, yes, they do have a lot of clip potential, but they're going to be running out of steam soon, and then Pansfury will be able to peek from the top well. So T-Shek and Kranwagen is meanwhile though Rishek getting double teamed by Barkis and Villain, and now the angles are suddenly working in favor of MVPS, who should be recovering HP soon because Rexa in the bad chat got spotted.
Yeah, you can see the double CS now putting side shots into the Super Kong and T-Sec in his crown, but the overpeaks are coming in. A gun was dropped now on the side of MVPS as well. The HPs are still very even, but you can see Janek is the only one taking damage right now, so the HP distribution is much better for the side of Invil Go here. Everyone lost some HP, but overall the HPs are still very even. Piotr 40k now full HP committing into the cap circle. The IS-7 is one shot for him, and Rexa with his 1.6k HP really needs to make something happen.
Oh, 1 HP DJ getting lucky here. Invil Go getting lucky because DJ WoT is gonna be surviving that one more shot. T-Shek now being the front in his crown, doing one into the VZ, but he doesn't have the clip potential to quite finish this off, and now Baku in his Super Conk getting pulled. He's gonna create a secondary
Rexa, good shots there onto the CS. Rexa misses his third shot, but now picked up first CS already,
Baku
picks up the
over.
next CS, and that is very crucial. Now gun advantage up by 2 for the side of the defending team, and that might be it already.
Oh my god, DJ WoT able to do another crucial shot here into Piotr, making him a one-shot. Pansfury able to get one more into Baku, and now T-Shek, if he actually reloads in time, he can one-clip the entirety of the enemy team. Rexa also on a reload here. This is neck and neck. Rexa trying to come in. T-Shek taking shot after shot. They're focusing him because he has the shorter reload, but he's off of reload. This means he's going to put another into Baku, down to 331, and Rexa reloads, locking in the victory here for Invil Go. They are going to be making their way to the I was about to say playoffs, but it's actually the group stage. Regardless, congratulations. Convincing stuff from them.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say a couple of unlucky rolls. Also the roll onto the S-Conk there that had like 370 HP and was rolled for 360, but still good shooting here by Rexa. Good hold by Pansfury and T-Sec. And yeah, a bit unlucky for the side of Invil that the initial fire here by the VZs, one shot bounced and one shot missed. So that could have been immediately 1,000 damage more. That would have helped a lot for, I think it was Rishek in the CS that was being double teamed by the CSs here of MVPS. But yeah, I mean, good stuff, and also good stuff for 3PX, aka Team LTP, 3-0 over the Ducks. So I guess we will see what Vervi has to say in his match against Capirari. Capirari? Yeah, something like
Capibari. The Cutie Pie currently 1-1 against Capibari. This means that we are going to have at least one more round in this one. So as we don't know when exactly this one will end, I guess we are going to head to a short break. And after this, we'll bring you and present you the final rounds in between Cutie Pie and Capibari. See you then.
Okay, so we are back, and Cutie Pies are leading 2-1. Right now, you can see they won their defensive round. They will be attacking now with a combination of heavy tank, medium tanks, and a light tank. So Itox in the T100, Dantley and Zavistar with Batchat and CS, double IS7 by Never and Vervi, and Jackifer and Scorpy in the Haldon Heavies, Kranwagen and an S-Conk, triple S-Conk, a Kranwagen, an STB, an IS4 and a T100 for Capibari.
Without cheating, take a guess. What clan is Never in now?
Isn't he a Nomi?
No, not anymore.
I don't know.
In Storm. Okay, heavy commitment into the forest by the team of... I forgot the name.
Oh. It's obviously a good team then.
Capibari. I mean, they do have a lot of global map choo-choo train badges, so pretty good. The IS-4 does get spotted immediately on the cross. Shots flying towards near Dobry, but I think he has found some hold-on position for himself where he's not able to stay safe. 329 damage flying into him, and that is some free pot shots.
What am I watching here? Small rap kit, small med kit, rap kit on the 4. Turbo in the wrong slot.
And he's gonna get spotted for that cross again, and to be honest, like, he deserves getting tagged for that. Down to 370. Yeah. Dobry, 16 seconds probably all he got left to survive here as Vervi getting pushed up on the lower side now, and that will open a crossfire onto the S4 who literally cannot leave because the T100 Itox would be spotting him. I mean, it's still Moravanka defense.
I mean, he bought like 2 minutes, roughly. If you say that he survives for like half a minute less, plus the driving time at the beginning. Yes, Vervi will now just take over this flank. But still, I mean, they will pick up one tank, they will be up in HP, but it's significantly time frame that was used for that. So
he's spotted once again near Dobry, and there we go, Jackifer!
Jackifer from the back, sniping in a Kranwagen, that's how we know him.
Yeah, he probably, you know, he lined up the shot, then he took a deep breath, and...
I mean, a deep sip from the bottle.
From the canister, the breath. He probably has like a pipeline going to his apartment at this point. Okay, so almost 3 minutes gone. One IS4 has shared the same fate as those 3 minutes. And I guess now the blind shooting starts to find out where the T100 from the defending team is. Because Vervi's Cutie Pie, they are very strangely, like, they have a very strange focus onto that 2-cap right now.
Look, Itox basically did exactly what you're supposed to do in the light tank. The moment when you're dodging behind the ridgeline again, he fired a shot to make sure that he is not getting spotted. He decreased his own camouflage rating by firing in the air. He didn't get spotted, so he knows that the T100 is not close. Now he's knocking over the trees into the cap circle to then not drive into them. And yeah, that will buy some additional time. Actually, he drives into them. Usually, I feel like people are using that to bait people into shooting into the bushes.
Cap does get started now, and that bush that Pruchek is in seems to not be spotting the entirety of the...
You have to see it basically from the side. There's the smaller...
They didn't even destroy the destructible house.
yeah,
And the wall. They didn't destroy the walls either. What?
Like is this fence here,
Yeah, well, why?
and this fence blocks the gap, because the T100 is a bit.
Yeah, but this time the question is actually not who asked, but why didn't they? Like,
You can see the stone wall there is exactly what is. I'm not even sure if he would be able to spot him. I'm pretty sure he doesn't, because Itox is T100 himself. But we can see Skirpy is giving cover fire for Never and Savista, who moved up. So now the T100 was identified as a threat. Suicide mission here by Neat. Burvey is being pushed on as well.
And then it's not really a lot of people that can cover him right now, and the STP is going to start.
Is trying to.
Yeah, but he's a sniping Kranwagen, so he's sniffing Copium as well. So yeah, Vervi is going to try to do what he can, and Itox is going to start running in his T100. Jackifer connecting one onto the STB, connecting a second one, putting the STB down to a one-shot, and the third one misses. So a deep breath once again by the German prodigy, and now the T100 battle actually being won by Itox here, who now needs to start running thoroughly. Jackifer and his Kranwagen can probably stay there, can go hold down, because if he gets one shot of assistance by Itox in the S-Kong, that should be fine. However, on the other side, the 2-cap firmly under control by the side of Vervi's cuties, who have all the options. Do we cap? Do we kill? Do we pad stats? Do we just go for the sweet efficiency points? As Never, with a beautiful shot, able to pick up that STB. Still don't agree with that pick. And yeah, the S-Kong one shot, the Jagovski here being creeped on by Skirpy, and Never still full HP, saving HP for the end game.
So that was the one cap, but still, I mean, capturing the base is happening. 20 seconds left, only one vehicle remaining. They gave it a good try, but in the end it was not enough. Good stuff here coming in from the international team around the captain Vervi. And yeah, congratulations to them. Good stuff, and good luck to them as well in the group stage.
Yeah, good luck to them. Was a good last game that we saw from them. Yeah, overall, I guess GG's to Indulgo, to LTP, and also to wait, what was the third result? Am I blind?
The team that we just finished.
Oh yeah, PewDiePie.
Yeah. So
okay, so I guess that concludes our WoT7 number 7 qualifier 1 stream for the day. Qualifier 2, we forgot to mention once again, those teams that just qualified are going to be joining in Middle Hall of Nitsi and Good Night Normie in the group stage. And for the second batch of 3 teams, tune in on Saturday, 4 p.m. CST. Going to be a second qualifier, and on Sunday, I think 6 p.m. you said, right, is the group stage. So, yeah,
good,
thanks for watching.
And thanks for watching. See you soon.